Hello everybody and welcome back to another video, and if you're here for the very first time, it's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Jane and my husband Mike is the guy behind the scenes who does all the technical stuff. We're British, we're early retirees, we're debt and mortgage free, and we live a thrifty, frugal and money saving life here in Brittany in northwest France. And every Friday I bring you something food related. You might be wondering, what am I doing in my craft room? Well, it's Thursday and I'm going through all my scraps of fabric in readiness to go to my craft group tomorrow. And it's my turn to do some baking. And I have made some lovely traditional English Easter biscuits. Let's roll the video, let's see how we make them. They are so simple. I'm sure they're going to become one of your favourites too. I'm going to run through my equipment and my recipes to make my traditional English Easter biscuits. So the first thing that I've done is I have lined 2 baking trays with baking paper. I don't want them to burn, I don't want them to stick. I've got a spatula, I've got a pastry brush, I've got a biscuit cutter, and you can see it's similar size to a ramekin dish. That's my cookie cutter, my biscuit cutter. I'm going to be using my electric mixer for this because I make it easy. I find it easier for me, but you can just do this with a wooden spoon. And as I said at the beginning, all you need to do to get the recipe up is wait for the end screen and pause it. You can screenshot it and print it, or you can just write it down. So I have got soft room temperature butter, sugar, and I have got mixed fruit. Traditionally, the recipe would just use currants, and a currant is small and a raisin is big. So it is better for a biscuit, a cookie, to use the smaller ones, the currants, but I don't have currants, I just have dried mixed fruit. And you can just use dried mixed fruit or use whatever you've got. If you've got absolutely none of these at all, you could make this biscuit, these cookies, without this. However, or if you don't like them, or maybe you've got dried cranberries and you do like those and you do have those, but you don't have these. I'm a great big believer in switcheroo. Use whatever you've got. So we've got room temperature butter, we've got sugar, whatever sugar you've got. Any sugar, caster sugar, golden caster sugar, white sugar, granulated sugar, any sugar you've got. Mixed fruit or currants. Currants are preferred, or any fruit you've got. I've got 1 egg and I've separated the yolk to go into the biscuits, into the cookies, and the white to become the glaze with some sugar on top. I have then got flour. To make these gluten-free, you would just swap out regular flour for gluten-free flour, and if you can get it, use gluten-free bread flour. Now I have got in here 2 teaspoons of mixed spice and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. The recipe just says 1 teaspoon of mixed spice, but I like my biscuits to be a bit spicier. Now you're going to say, what is mixed spice? Mixed spice is a mixture of spices very, very similar to pumpkin spice. So we here in Europe would buy mixed spice, or we here in France would buy 4 spices, 4 épices, 4 épices, and you would buy pumpkin spice. You could just use cinnamon if that's all you've got, or you could just use pumpkin spice if that's what you've got. You can use 1 teaspoon up to 4 teaspoons. Then I have the zest of 1 lemon. I have some sugar to sprinkle on top of the biscuits, on top of the cookies, and I have the egg white which I will brush on top. This gives the cookies, the biscuits, a glazed, sugared, crunchy top and makes them extra special. So those are the ingredients. That will be on the end screen as well. Like I said, you can just pause it, screenshot it and print it, or write it down. my bowl I've got my room temperature butter and my sugar, and I'm going to beat that up with my electric mixer. You could of course do that with a spatula or just a wooden spoon, and I'm scraping down the sides. I'm going to add in my egg, and again I'm going to whisk that and beat that so it all incorporates really, really well. So I'm mixing in my spices with my flour and giving it a good mix. You can see there I really do like lots of spice in our spicy Easter biscuits. I'm going to add in my lemon zest, make sure I scrape it all out of the bowl because it really does add something to these biscuits, and mix it all in again. You can see how nice and soft that I have got the butter. So I'm going to get the flour in and the dried fruit. And something I missed off when I was showing you the ingredients is I have there 30 millilitres of milk, and you will see that in the recipe at the end. I should also add that when you see the recipe at the end, it's also in American measurements as well as metric measurements. Now whilst I'm getting that all together and mixing that together with my hands, I need to let you know that I've got the oven on at this stage and I'm preheating it to 180 degrees centigrade or 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's a fan oven. So I've got my cookie dough out, and I like to try and roll it out between two pieces of greaseproof paper because I don't like it to stick. But you can see here I'm having a proper fight with the paper today that just will not stop curling up with me, and you could not hear me huffing and sighing at it. So I just gave up and went back to the old put flour on it and roll it out the best you can, Jane method. So I'm getting my little biscuit cutters, my little cookie cutters here, and obviously it speaks for itself, doesn't it? I'm cutting them all out. I think I might have got them a bit thick today because normally I manage to get 24, 2 dozen out of this load of cookie dough, but today I only got 20. Don't know what went wrong there today. But anyway, you can see I keep rolling it out and then making it into a ball of dough again and rolling it out again to the very last bit that doesn't really look like a cookie at all, but you don't want to waste that last little bit. Here it comes. Yep, the last little bit is just a little rolled out piece. So you might be thinking, like, what do we do with that spare egg white? It makes a really good glaze on top of that, and I wipe it on quite sparingly onto all of the cookies. And what the bits get left, it doesn't get wasted because I just microwave it and I just give it to my dogs and they eat it up. And then I try to put sugar on evenly all over. You don't have to put the egg and the sugar on top, but I like to. There's the last few bits of sugar to use it up. So the cookies are going to go into the oven for 5 to 10 minutes. And here they are, hot out of the oven. You want to leave them to go cold for about 15 to 20 minutes, or as long as it takes them to cool down, because as they cool down they harden and crisp up. So you want a nice firm crunchy biscuit, don't you? You don't want it to be too soft in any way. And there they are, and don't they look so pretty? And here's the finished, gorgeous, spiced, traditional English Easter biscuits. They're traditionally made as a gift to take or to give to people at Easter time, and I think they're going to be really lovely for my craft group tomorrow for them to eat with their cup of tea, maybe whilst they're sewing or they're knitting. I hope that you like that. Well, I've gone through all my little fabric pieces here and through my little components and decided I need to make some more of these little flying geese. Anyway, back to the video. We really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. Let me know as well, because I love all of your comments. We read everyone. I know you read the comments too. Let me know, what baked goods do you like to make for Easter? If you make any at all, and if you do, let us know. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.